Real quick before the video starts, I have a new channel based around green text stories on 4chan, and I'll be uploading videos daily over there. If you're interested, I'll leave a link to the channel in the description. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael, and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a user named Inevitable Gain in the AITA subreddit. The post is titled, "I'm upset that my ex-husband didn't take our divorce the way he took his recent breakup. I, a 32-year-old woman, was married to Cam, a 34-year-old man, for 6 years, and we were together for 16 years in total. We also share a daughter, Mia, who is 4 years old. A bit of background, I was a stay-at-home mother and he worked. I began noticing that he was coming home late. He started getting angry a lot and was always on his phone. I should mention that I had once caught him looking at some girl's Instagram story before, but I did not think anything of it at the time. Shortly after that, I found out he was cheating on me with Sky, who is now 19 years old, barely legal. When I found out, I was obviously hurt, but I was also completely disgusted that he was willing to cheat and ruin our family for her. I became a stay-at-home mother when my daughter was born, and we had agreed that he would be in charge of our money and would give me his card to use whenever I needed to buy something. I was not making an income except for the money I had saved before having our daughter, which I kept in my bank account for emergencies. I felt stuck because I did not know what to do, and for my daughter's sake, I did not leave right away. I became suspicious and decided to search for the girl among his followings on Facebook and Instagram. I eventually found the girl whose story he had been looking at on Instagram, and I assumed it might have been her, so I sent her a direct message. Long story short, she was extremely rude. She had zero remorse and repeatedly told me to bother my husband, who was the one who cheated, instead of bothering her. She knew he had a wife and family, but did not care. And she even told me that he was paying her tuition. I became angry and told her to stay away from my husband, but she just told me she would keep seeing him and that it was all just fun. After that, I believe she told my husband what I had said, and I think he realized I was not leaving. He would even leave his location on when he went to her college campus, which really angered me because I could not understand how he was so willing to destroy all we had for some girl who was not even serious about him and not even old enough to legally drink. Our daughter Mia attends ballet and she had a performance coming up. This was really my breaking point because our child should always come first. He was out all night long that Friday, and on Saturday was the recital. Obviously, he needed to be there for Mia's first recital. I gave him until 11 at night before finally calling him, and guess who answered the phone? Sky. She told me he was busy, then hung up. That was my breaking point. I quickly packed some of my and Mia's things, woke her up, and went to my mother's house, which was not far away. We stayed there for the night because I did not want him to come home to us, nor did I want to see him the next morning. That was a year ago. Now, we are divorced and I have full custody of Mia while he has visitation rights. I got a job, saved money, and now live in an apartment. While it is not the best, it is good for me and Mia for now. After the divorce, he and Sky still ended up together for a couple of months. During that time, he visited Mia, but not often, perhaps twice a month. To nobody's surprise, she eventually left him after a couple of months. This is where I may be the antagonist. Ever since they broke up, he has been depressed. He drinks a lot, does not eat much, is always sulking on the couch, and is just not himself. He now comes over more often to see Mia, which is how I know this. Here is the thing. He is depressed because she left, but he did not have this energy when we divorced, after being together for 16 years. When we divorced, he did not seem to care at all. He was nonchalant and kept messing around with Sky, but now that this girl, whom he was barely with, left him, he is devastated. I know he is going through a difficult time, but I cannot help how I feel about it. I originally wrote this in my notes, debating whether to post it here since my friend recommended it. This is my first time ever posting or even being on Reddit. I just needed somewhere to vent and get advice. Update. I am so overwhelmed right now. I did not expect this to escalate so quickly, but it did. Firstly, I want to thank everybody who gave me advice. I really appreciate it all. I am sorry if I took a long time to reply to comments. I had a busy morning, especially with a 4-year-old who attends preschool and also hates getting up in the morning. A bit of background about their relationship, at least the things I know. The divorce happened last year, so at that time, Sky was 18 years old. I clarified this in the comments, but I am going to say it again. Cam was the one who offered to pay Sky's tuition, and I think he did that to keep her around. After I found out about the divorce, he would come home angry. He would call her names and was mad because she was seeing other guys in college and posting pictures of herself going to parties. I do not know how long their affair was. All I know is how they met, at least this is what he told me. Cam said that they met at a club and he thought Sky was older, but then she later told him it was a fake identification. Now, I do not believe he thought that one bit. Sky screams teenager. I could tell by just one peek at her Instagram. She looks very young, she dresses like a teenager, she has braces with a very youthful appearance, and she types and acts just like someone her age. Cam has visitation rights and he comes over to see Mia, but I'm going to make arrangements to change that. When he comes over, you can just feel the negative energy coming in with him from his attitude and the way he looks. While Mia is occupied, that is when he vents to me about Sky, which I do not know why he does. I will admit I am stupid as I do not say anything, I just let him talk. I pretty much ignore him when he is here as if he does not exist while he just randomly vents. But let me tell you what just happened, and I am literally so angry. My baby gets out of preschool at 2:30 in the afternoon. Usually my mother would pick her up, but I had to leave early, and her ballet practice is at 4 in the afternoon. During the ballet practice, you can either leave your child there or stay in the practice with them. One of my closest girlfriend's daughters also attends the class, and I needed to get groceries for our meals. So with her permission, I left for a bit. My guess is that Cam gave Sky my number because I genuinely do not see how else she could get it. Anyway, long story short, she found my post on Reddit and was very angry about it. No joke, this little girl and her friends spam my phone with calls. She would call me and say horrible things. Then the next call would be from somebody else who would say other things. This happened about 7 times. The first 2 times, admittedly, I went back and forth, but as it kept going, I finally got the hint that they were playing with my phone, so I started recording and just let them yell and insult me. I knew they were all together because when Sky called first, I could hear other girls giggling or saying slick things in the background. I did not get the whole thing on recording because it came out of the blue, so I only got the last few. If I were to file a harassment report about this, would it be valid or not? I blocked them and threatened to call the police the last time and they stopped. But seriously, this is childish as hell. Edit, I forgot to mention that these are not real names, they are just close to our names and all of our correct ages. So I think that is how she figured out it was me. Update 2. I posted on here 2 weeks ago about my situation with my ex-husband. I also posted about how Sky and her friends repeatedly called my phone. Firstly, I want to thank everybody who gave me ideas on what to do about the situation, and I especially want to thank the people who messaged me privately to help me get through this. Unfortunately, I also had some inappropriate messages from strangers, and no, my daughter does not need a stepfather. On to the update, I ended up emailing Sky's school about the harassment. As I mentioned in the mini update, Sky has Reddit, so she removed the name of the college she attends from her Instagram bio, which she originally had displayed. Sky, I know you are probably reading this, and unfortunately for you, I did not forget the school you attend. I emailed them about a day after my mini update, along with photos of my call log, and they finally got back to me this past Monday. They did not tell me exactly what they did, but to summarize, they basically said they would take care of it and thanked me for bringing it to their attention. Obviously, Sky learned her lesson because she has not contacted me again. Unfortunately, neither my girlfriend nor I could locate her parents. She does not have a Facebook account, only an Instagram. She does not have many photos posted, and those she does have do not show her family, just herself. Regarding my ex, soon after my post, I called him to set boundaries. I told him that if he wanted to see Mia, it would need to happen at his home or anywhere other than my house. I told him that when it was time for him to come and get Mia, I would simply walk her to the car and that he did not have permission to come inside my home. He did not take it lightly and argued that he was allowed to go into the home where his daughter was. I told him there was no need for him to do so, because if he wanted to see her and only her, then me bringing her to the car should not be a problem. After a while of fussing, he eventually accepted it. Unfortunately, I was foolish and decided to try to pry for more details about his past relationship and the affair. I do not believe Sky told Cam about my post or anything because I think he would have been angry or at least mentioned it. Cam opened up a bit and told me more about their relationship. He said that at first he and Sky were only hooking up. Before anything happened, Sky told him she did not want a relationship because she wanted to live the college experience. But Cam did not take her seriously. Eventually, she began talking to other guys, and he would notice her following increase with their accounts whenever she went to events. He told me he started paying Sky's tuition because she said if he did not, she would expose him. I am not sure what he meant by that. I doubt he meant exposing him to me because he did not even seem to care when he was caught. Sky had told me that he was the one who offered to pay her tuition, so I am not sure which one is telling the truth. He said he loved Sky, but could not love her any longer because she was a gold-digging woman. This confused me further because Sky was the one who broke up with him. He also said that she did not listen to him and that she deserved everything he did to her because there was no reason she should be avoiding him. I was completely baffled. At first it seemed like he was trying to play the victim, but then he went off topic and started raging about Sky. I was confused. This is the same girl he had just been crying about. I ended up questioning him because what he said did not make sense. He then started yelling at me, telling me to shut up and saying other unpleasant things. Eventually, I just hung up because I did not have time for that. Like a child, he blocked me. I ended up speaking to his mother. I asked if during Cam's visitation times I could drop Mia off at her house, and if Cam wanted to see her, he could come there. She is an amazing grandmother, so she agreed. I told her that Cam had blocked me, which shocked her. She said she would talk to him about it. That is where things stand now. Hopefully, Cam gets help because obviously he needs it. I recently started working out and I even joined a dating app this past Saturday as some people suggested, and good news, I matched with quite a few people. I will admit I have been feeling a bit down thinking about my baby girl. I feel like I made a mistake by choosing Cam as her father. I did not have a good father growing up, so all I wanted was for my children to have the dad I never had. At first, Cam was amazing, but now I do not know what is happening. Perhaps it is a midlife crisis. Sorry for the long post, and thank you to everybody who has helped me. 2 months later, OP gave us her final update. Happy 4th of July. I have not posted in a while, and I have also been off Reddit. I do not really browse here much. Anyway, I wanted to give you a little update because I have learned a lot of new information about the divorce involving Sky and Cam. Firstly, I want to go over some other things. If you have read my other posts, then you know about me calling Sky's school and reporting her. Well, she still attends that school, which makes me think they either gave her just a warning or maybe never actually spoke to her at all, which is insane. Since the situation I explained with my child's father in my last update, I have not talked to him. I wanted to try to communicate through his mother, who has also been trying to contact him, but he is off doing whatever and nobody knows where. He has not seen Mia, has not texted me, and has not come over. I will not lie, I was worried at first, but I decided that he is a grown man and if he wants to act like a child, then so be it. Mia is perfectly fine with me and definitely does not need his strange behavior around her. Cam has a long-term friend, Matt, a 36-year-old man. They have been friends since college, so he has been around a lot. My guess is that maybe Cam and Matt had a really bad argument while Cam has been missing in action, and it must have been serious because Matt ended up texting me and completely snitching on Cam. Now I have more information about the whole affair. Firstly, Sky was 16 when the affair started and it went on for 2 years. I only found out about it when she was 18. Cam was very controlling in the relationship with Sky and emotionally abusive. Whenever she would go out to parties, college activities, or outings with friends, he would complain constantly, pressure her, and accuse her of trying to be with other men. He offered to pay for her college tuition because she was 17 when she started college and he wanted to keep her quiet about the whole situation. She kept telling him she wanted the college experience and did not want to be locked down. This made him angry and their relationship became even more toxic. Her parents were not together and at the time she was still a teenager. Her father was very protective and did not want her talking to boys. He would often check her phone, which Sky told Cam about, and it made Cam dislike her father. I did not get much information about her mother, but Matt told me that as soon as she went to college, Cam convinced her to cut off her parents. He basically separated her from them, although Matt did not explain all the details. Sky's father eventually passed away and she inherited enough money to cover her college tuition. This angered Cam and he kept trying to convince her to let him keep paying, but she refused. He knew that if she paid it herself, she might feel more freedom and most likely leave him based on what she had said about wanting the college experience. According to Matt, after this happened, their affair was very on and off, and she was mostly seeing him for sex. After my divorce, when they were officially together, things apparently became extremely toxic and she was close to leaving. She then became pregnant with Cam's baby, which she did not want and was very upset about. She found text messages between Cam and Matt in which Cam talked about baby trapping her. In these messages, Cam admitted to tampering with her birth control pills, and that is what led to their breakup and his so-called depression. She got an abortion and blocked him on everything. This was the same breakup he had been venting to me about on my couch, without revealing why it really happened. Obviously, I was completely disgusted by the entire situation. I was horrified that he had been involved with a literal child when we have a daughter of our own. I have decided he will no longer be allowed around Mia at all, even if he tries to come back. His mother has been trying to reason with me, but the entire thing is disturbing and has completely changed how I see him. I'm also confused as to why Sky stayed with him for so long. I truly believe she enjoyed the thrill of being spoiled and being a mistress, because everything about her gave me bad vibes and I never liked her. When I messaged her after finding out about the affair, she was incredibly rude, so I personally think she and Cam were made for each other. In my last update, I also mentioned going on dating apps. I have been going on dates with a new guy and so far things are going well. This was a lot to write, so if there are still any mistakes, I apologize. I also truly appreciate all the advice you have all given me. Brielle Russell said, why she expended so much energy on a cheating groomer is beyond me. Be happy that you got rid of him and live your best life. To this user technician said, that is the problem, she is not rid of him. They have a child together and that legally ties them to each other. Right now, he is staying away, but at any point that could change. He could appear and ask for his daughter, or he could take her back to court in an attempt to hurt her emotionally and financially. She will not be legally free of him for another 14 years. Smart Quokka said, OP seems to like being the punching bag. She is enmeshed with Cam despite being technically divorced. If there is proof of him grooming an underage girl, then speak with a lawyer, turn the evidence over to the police, and stop being his punching bag. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and thank you also to partner of the channel, Gamersubs. Use code DLAM to support the channel and get 10% off of your purchase, link in the description. I'm sure many of you like me have a hankering for daily caffeine, so go check them out. Lately, I've been a big fan of Titty Milk and Acid Rain, but they've got dozens of other flavors for y'all to try out. Anyway, thanks again for reaching the end, and I hope you all have an amazing passage of the next 24 hours.